Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Morning Motivational Rant. I am your host, Dino the Genetic Marvel, and with me, as always, is my spectacular co-host, who's unbelievably great, and apparently he's going to rip into me as soon as I stop talking. But I'd like to introduce my co-host, Crystal Morency. Good morning, Crystal. How are you today?
I am so good, Dino. How are you doing this morning?
I actually slept really well. I feel pretty good. I even pooped a little. I'm feeling good. I feel good. I don't know. She's smiling way too much, and I don't know what I've done. This is what's more disconcerting. Is I thought it were good, so I don't know what has happened. And no.
We're so good.
That's bullshit.
So
See, that's one of those apologies that you're like, I don't believe that for one fucking second.
There was no apology there. There was no apology.
No. But before,
we are so good.
When you would apologize, we know you would say something and be like, oh no, I didn't mean it. We're like, that was unbelievable. This was one of those times. Listen, how you doing?
Was it?
How's your day?
What does your shirt say, Dino?
Oh, it's one of the ones I've worn before. It says, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay if you disagree with me. I can't force you to be right. That's what it says. I can't force you to be right.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I'm a nice person
all the time.
That's also
Dino
true.
Dino is an amazing man. He's right all the time. He knows what's best for you and for himself and for everybody.
That's a good point.
And he knows what should be done, when it should be done, and what should be happening at all times. And
also
if you all know that Dino is a super fast talker, and apparently he gets his last sentence within 18 seconds. He tells you what radio station, what everything we're on, what podcasting network, everything we're on within 18 seconds. We're going to time him at the end of this video to see just how quickly he is.
You're poo face. You know that?
Because he'll want us to feel guilty about it. So he wants us to feel guilty about 18 seconds apparently not recording.
That's correct. I'm still confused. I don't know what happened.
Because he got in all his words and everything, all his closing speech, that got erased in that 18 seconds because he said all his closing statements, his motivational rant, and where we're listed in 18 seconds, folks. Isn't that kind of quick? I think we should time him to see how quickly he does it.
See, it's this kind of shit that makes men say, you know what? I'm just gonna be single. I'm not gonna deal with this shit. Because what I said, okay, let's be very clear, was, okay, it's no big deal. It's the 18 seconds that she's missing from her video is when I'm talking. It doesn't make a difference.
Oh, no, he says, it's only when I say, where we're at, and I say myself and where we're at. No, it's when I say that. And where we're posted.
When you say it,
yeah, that's what you said, the last 18 seconds.
Yeah, it's where I say that. Where I say
so it's on his video anyways then,
exactly.
Right?
That's why it's not a big deal.
Wouldn't it be not on mine? So why would it be a big deal? Because he didn't say that until he asked me for the video 100 times over again, and I'm trying to tell him that it didn't record on my end and I had 0 seconds. But nope, that wasn't possible. And I tried to send him what I thought was the end of it, but it wasn't the end of it because there was nothing to the end of it.
She sent me a picture of this part, just her underarm, and I was like...
And that's what was the end of it.
That's not really my thing, but I appreciate the picture anyway. It was just all fluffy coffee. There's fluffy material. There's an armpit.
Anyways, and he was really bent about the fact, let's be realistic though, was because he was really bent about the fact that I posted videos on my page doing something that I enjoy before I had sent that. Also little 18 seconds that apparently makes or breaks our videos.
Also not true.
So, which was worth going on about all night long. So, and then he was bitter about that because that's when I got the message saying, hey, I'm missing 18 seconds of this video.
No, let's be very clear, lady. Okay, you know what, guys? This is a lesson to you. I said, hey, I got both emails.
After I posted.
No, hold on.
After I posted my videos. That's when I got that.
False. Okay? False. I'll tell you right now. Because now we're gonna play. Oh no, we're gonna play that game. You want to play that game? Let's play that game. Okay?
Because
What a
heaven forbid
bastard.
Crystal take 5 seconds to do something
That's
that she
right.
wants to do for her.
Exactly.
Heaven
She shouldn't
forbid
have
when I'm
5
not
seconds.
completing everything that I'm doing for everybody else.
Exactly.
I should not be taking that 5 seconds.
Correct.
I should be loading our video and posting our
Correct.
videos all day long
I'm
because
glad
they
we're-
are Dino's videos and it's his show, and I should be doing this.
I'm glad
Because this
we're
is what I
resolved.
signed up for.
I'm glad we're resolved. I'm glad we're resolved and we're on the same page.
Because
That
I
makes me
signed
happy.
a contract that said that I am here to be pretty and do what Dino wants when Dino needs it.
That is
everybody
not
else
what
in the
we
world.
signed. That is not the contract we have at all. I want to be very clear that that is not what the contract says. That we don't have a contract. We have a friendly agreement where, hey, we could record this together, and let's be very clear, okay?
Every day.
As soon as I, except when there's 5-day gaps. Anyways, listen, you can't bring up one and then not have me bring up the other. That's not fair. That's not fair. Okay, hold on.
he
She's so
likes
mad.
to
She's
be.
so mad right now, and I'm like, honestly, this is a complete miscommunication. So I sent them as soon as I got the emails. I said, hey,
You
listen.
guys know how this goes because this always happens.
I'm never texting her again. Every time, no. Now we're talking face to face. Either via Facebook Messenger. Anytime you want to talk to me, you have to message me. I don't care. I don't care what's going on. I'm happy to talk to you, but now we're doing it face to face because this is fucking bullshit. Okay? I'll tell you what. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry you felt that I was rushing you again. I really didn't mean to.
No, and it just so happened that it was after I posted something for myself.
That's why.
Because I took a minute, and then you even said yesterday in yesterday's podcast, oh, well, she had time to go fishing and go sit in her car.
Okay, but I
and
was
blah,
just
blah, blah.
I was just fucking around with you.
But
That's not what I was
I
saying. Come
know,
on.
but then after I posted, then you were on me for like the next few, like right before I was going to bed and everything, and the
It
file
wasn't
didn't
actually
send
that.
as I fell asleep. So I was like, oh, I'm sure he woke up this morning just in a rut because his
No.
file didn't go through of his 18 seconds
No, I'm
that
okay.
he missed out.
See, this is okay. Let me explain my perspective because I can tell that you may be a little. Look at me, little. Look at
just
a little bit
agitated with everybody.
Just a little bit, and that's hey.
Everybody,
You know what?
'cause everybody doesn't like. They want your help, but then when you give it, it's not good enough. You
Hey,
know, and it's like,
hey.
well, how much do you want me to do to make you happy in order for this to work out?
You're
because
a
I
great
still need to
person.
be happy too at the end of the day.
Of course
and
you
it's
do.
not happening because every time I take 5 minutes, I gotta go through a big guilt trip for it, like from everybody. Like so, it's like,
Come on.
but yeah. And everything's going really bad too on my end. Like I'm trying to just be cool about everybody, you know. And everybody's like,
know
and
what?
it's like, guys, I've got nothing coming in right now. Got no car, no net. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm breaking down when we're 7 minutes in.
That's okay,
I need
listen.
to stop.
Listen.
Stop. I'm gonna smoke a bong. Somebody else talk.
I'll talk. I can do that. I can do. I'll do it. Miss, pick me. Let me talk. I can do it. I promise. I won't swear. I can promise. Let me do it. It's okay. Thanks,
Dino.
Thanks, Miss Morency. So you know what? You're right. No, listen. I can argue my way out of this and make you feel worse, and that's not a good thing. That's not what friends do.
Oh, just saying that is douchey. Just saying that is so douchey and condescending.
I didn't say I'm not dead inside, okay? I'm saying you're a great person. You do a lot.
I don't want to
appreciate
hear this
it.
anymore.
That's okay.
I don't want to hear that anymore. I want you to show it.
Gross. I hate showing feelings.
I know. Nobody does.
That's why she's like,
sucks.
that's why you have to, little boy. All right, fine.
Don't show it. Just
Just
know that.
never message me ever again.
Just know that I enjoy doing this
And I enjoy you doing it.
out of just for friendship. And so don't take that away. Don't take that away. Because this has nothing to do with me. This is your thing. This is your thing. I'm just here to make it look good.
It has, listen,
So,
it has
just
everything
like-
to do with you. It has everything to do with you. My success and your success are now attached because you're a huge part of this. And I feel that it's not fair to say that you're not a huge part of it, okay?
Well, I just think that it's fair to say that I'm 100% in it, and that's it.
Yes, you are. And it's greatly appreciated.
Let's keep it fun. So that way it's fun and not like, oh my God.
I thought my impression of a student was great.
Ridiculously amount of episodes ahead that so much has happened. And so it's not like we're far behind. Like, we're in September now, folks. Guess what? It's September 1st, but by the time you guys are going to see this, it's going to be Halloween. Happy Halloween, everybody.
It's not going to be Halloween, okay? Listen, okay, come on. You can't not want me to talk about it, but then keep on bringing it up. That's not fair.
Okay.
Seriously, okay? If you want to move on, I'm happy to move on, but we are going to talk about this, you and I, off camera, because you people don't deserve that yet. You're not there yet. Someday you might get it, but not right now. You have not earned it. You haven't earned the fun and enjoyment of watching me fuck with people.
That's all.
No, listen.
Into the bush.
Yeah, okay, let's do that. Let's send you into the bush. I know there's I know a guy with a van. He's gonna abduct you and take you into the bush and then just leave you there with like a little knife.
Okay.
And and one of those box of matches that all of them break. It's just those.
Okay. I got everything else. I've got everything. I've got my tent. I've got my wood stove.
I wonder.
I've got my mat. I've got my sleeping bag. I've got everything else I need. I just need to go.
You just need time off.
I need a car.
You need that too. That's also.
And I can't take time off though. I can't do that because I have to be here every morning. I have to be here every night. I have to be here every lunchtime. I have to be here every every time there's a situation, somebody has to get up and poop or something. I gotta be like, I can't. I have to go to like CRA and stuff. I don't have time. Because I can't leave for that long. Like when I keep going on these fishing trips, I'm literally gone for 45 minutes.
I know.
Like when you guys see me record, it's not long. I drive there, I record that, and then I leave.
She takes 40 minutes for herself, the selfish prick, and then gives us 5 minutes of fishing. Come on, listen, you're a fantastic person. In actuality, the reason I messaged you was because I saw that you were online. I'm like, oh, fantastic. I didn't see the video.
She must not be doing anything.
Exactly. That's what, because I'm online all the time, and I do fuck all. The only time I'm not online is when I'm uploading episodes. That's why. I'm a loser. My life sucks, okay? I don't go fishing. I just sit here and wait for death to come get me, and I'm gonna fight him to the death.
Well, I'm elbow deep in shit. Being yelled at by drunk people and being told to fuck off by drunk people as I'm elbow deep in their father's shit. But yep. And then
No,
that's so real.
Yeah, I know.
You know, like, and then I'm like, did you get that last 18 seconds sent? Why hasn't she sent that? She's online. She's been liking other people's stuff. She's been sharing other people's stuff.
She did share a bunch of people's
Where's
stuff. That's
my
true.
18 seconds? Where is it?
Yeah, that's right. And then I said,
I have it on my end. Why doesn't she have it on her end?
Correct.
Why?
And then,
why, Crystal?
That's right. And then I said, if you don't message me really quick, I'm gonna light myself on fire. And then I said, if you don't send it faster, I'm gonna beat Victoria up. And then I said, if you don't, I'm gonna light myself on fire and the house on fire and kill everybody in it. And she was like, I don't give a shit. Your life doesn't mean fuck to me.
That's baloney.
And then she said,
I would not say that.
My fishing is more important than anything you have to do. I hope you fucking die of cardiac arrest, you fat fuck.
I haven't even been God's been punishing me because I cast out. I've like had no luck.
See, this is
3 days I've gone. Last night I cast out and I caught 20 pounds of seaweed in my first cast.
That's what that hashtag was. I was like, 20 pounds of seaweed? That doesn't sound good. I wouldn't fish for 20 pounds of seaweed. That doesn't seem appetizing. I know some people like seaweed. I'm not a fan of it. It's a little too crunchy. It's got a weird whole thing to it. It feels like you're eating toilet paper. That's what it honestly feels like. Seaweed, It feels like I'm eating fish toilet paper, and I don't feel that they would eat our
Like
toilet
off
paper
of
the same way.
a floozy's toilet paper.
A floozy
like
fish.
where she smells fishy.
I just... Somebody send me see, this is okay. So I will regularly send to a few select horrible human beings certain pictures that I may uncover. Now, Crystal has mentioned, hey...
How come I don't get those pictures?
There you go. And I'm like, honestly, let me describe the picture that I sent out this morning to a few close friends. So it was a picture of Ariel on the top going, "It's all for you, Daddy." Now, the bottom section was some sort of porpoise upside down, showing their nether regions being spread apart by what I hopefully assume is a doctor of some sort or veterinarian. And I sent that, okay? Those two pictures combined into one. So Ariel on top, dolphin vagina on the bottom.
Ew.
I got a lot of emojis that are the throw up, the green face with the okay? And you're like, I want to be included in the fun. This is not the type of thing that you have a lot more crazy stories and stuff. But you have to understand, I am completely dead inside. I saw that and go, I could ruin a couple people's day with this. And I just started sending out.
I would send it to people too, though, because I'm gross like that. I would see that and send to people too, though. But I'd send it to like aunts and uncles, and because I have no filter on who gets my perverse. I'm like, everybody gets to see this thing.
That is horrible. That is a horrible, horrible thing, and
I would share it on Facebook.
I feel like I'm not sending it to her. It's protecting a huge group of people from being exposed to this horrible picture.
Oh, like that turkey vagina one. Oh, I shared that on Facebook. That was morbid.
Not for turkeys. I'm just... Listen.
Even turkeys don't like turkey vagina. Why do you think turkeys are trying to like mac up inside chickens or something? I don't know if they really do that, but I don't know what a chicken vagina looks like. I would imagine
that's like
similar.
Shaquille O'Neal and his girlfriend. Like seriously, it's like a turkey is pretty big, a chicken's pretty small. That's not.
Yeah.
That's.
I heard Shaquille O'Neal's pretty small too, though.
I'll be honest with you, I'm not gonna chance it. I don't think I could take Shaquille O'Neal. He's pretty massive, and in the off chance that he is hung like a hog and rumors are false, I feel like if I start calling him out in public, that he may put me down and rape me. That's my honest. Like, yeah, you want to see how big it is? And even still, it may be a very large dick on a very, very, very large canvas. Okay?
That's true.
So
that is true.
That's what I'm like. I'm proportionate, right? I'm 6'2". I'm very broad chested. I'm a big person. I'm you know, even when I was thin, I was never big, and I'm like,
big ol' hog.
I'm proportionate. It's just a very large canvas these days. It's not my fault. It's measuring tape is still measuring tape. It doesn't lose inches.
That's why I say that fat guys always must have big hogs, is because they don't, you know that saying where you don't want it to go past your belly. So it depends how big his belly is, and if his belly is really big, that means that his penis is really big.
I'll be honest with you guys. I'm happy that Crystal's here because she said that more than once, and I'm like, it's quite a good advertisement when somebody else said it. But then it's like, then we've had a whole bunch of episodes where it's like, hey, I love my wife, and then she keeps on saying, I'm like, I think everybody knows she's not talking about me, and I'm like, well, now I kind of feel offended because it's like I'm not one of the fat guys with a big dick, and I'm like, I don't know that I'm not one of the fat guys with a big dick. I'm not sure that I am one of the fat guys with a massive dick. So I'm just like, it's a tough one. I'm not sure. Like, this is the problem is there's so much.
I don't know what Dino's dick looks like, everybody.
Which is great. I'm happy that she finally said it. I'm happy because now there's record. I love my wife. She hasn't seen my dick. No, my wife has seen my dick. Crystal hasn't seen my dick. I think that's a pretty fair, like, hey, this is how that happened, you know? And that way it's like,
I know it's a turtle. He told everybody.
Did I send you the picture of the lady in a turtleneck?
No, but that was close. You're like, did I send you the picture of the...
It's a lady who bought like a nude colored turtleneck and then like lifted up the turtleneck.
Oh,
and you're
God.
like, yeah, that looks like a penis. And that's how, yeah. I was watching one of our clips and I was saying how I'm an anteater, and I'm like, I feel like I described it as Jesus taking off a hood, and I was like, I think people think that I have a beard on my dick. I'm like, that's not how a pubis grows.
Now,
if you have hair on the head of your penis, you need a doctor. I'm telling you right now. That is really, you need a doctor.
I've never seen that.
See, sometimes it's good to bite your
Does
tongue.
that happen?
Huh? No! Like, if that happens, you need a doctor, like, right away. That's some sort of growth. It's not...
I wore fancy earrings today, Dino.
I can't see them. You keep shaking your head. They look very nice.
Thanks. They're fancy earrings. They're really from Joe Fresh, from Zares. But
I swear to God, it's honestly sometimes like dealing... Have you guys ever seen the movie Hannah? That's what it's like dealing with her. She's like, I'm actually like a super soldier trained from birth to kill people and hide like I'm invisible. But then she's like, that's weird. That guy has hair on his dick. And you're like, shut up. Just stop talking. And she just says, just like, I've never seen a dick look like that. And you're like, that is not helpful. It's not helpful. Because when you say things like that, and I'm like, and she's seen some dicks. That's not... See? And I'm like, now,
porn.
see, and now she's like, yeah, you should make fun of me. But then that happens, and she's like,
can
I'm
make
gonna
fun of
fucking
me.
kill you, fat boy.
You can make fun of me. That doesn't mean I'm not going to cut you. But
I have a body meant for cutting. There's so many layers. It's great.
Yeah.
I'm like one
that's
of those.
why we make a good team.
I'm like one of those 100-layer
I'm like a little
crepe
slasher.
cakes. It's just so many layers. So many layers. There's Nutella in between some of the layers. It's great. It's fantastic.
There's Nutella in between some of the layers. Saving it for later.
So I was looking at stuff yesterday, and I found a picture, and it had 9 different body types, and they were all men. Like what is your? It was kind of like, where do you feel you are, and where would you like to be? And it was actually quite. I was like, you know what, that's quite nice. So I actually pulled up the picture, and I was like, you know what, I like it. It's a very and I decided. So it's 1 to 9. 1 being like a rail thin guy, who's your type, which is gross. Just so you know. The guys that you send me pictures of, I'm like, rail thin, gross. You need.
They are not.
You need a real man. Anyways.
I'm like, they work out.
Well, and that's why it progressively shows people getting
like
bigger
out
and
of
bigger.
jail. Like
No, it doesn't show people progressively getting out of jail. It shows people progressively getting larger. The final one is a very, very, very large person with titties. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I have the body type of the last one, but with the titties of the second last one where he has no titties. And Victoria's like, yeah, that's pretty fair. But, and then we decided, I'm going to send you this picture because it's a pretty good picture. I'm like, I believe that the 7th picture is where I want to be. And I'm like, yeah. So
see it.
I'm going to send it to you. And I think it'd be, because it was like, that's the thing is, I have like traps and muscles and stuff, but I'm not like, but then I have a big old gut, right? And that's why it doesn't really look good. Like, I get self-conscious about it when I walk around and stuff, but at the same time, I'm dead inside. So it's like, I should feel bad about this, but I don't really feel bad about this. I've gone past that.
Yes, he does, because we hear about it every single day, so he feels bad about it.
Where's my 18
And
seconds?
it's in
Where's
his
my 18
comedy.
seconds? Where's my 18 seconds, you son of a bitch?
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
how about that? How about that? How about that? Okay? Dick. See what I mean? You and me? I thought we were cool. I thought we were cool all night long. And I was like, this has been a great conversation because we've already resolved that when I message her, I'm not trying to be harassing. I'm just being, hey, and FYI, because I'm a friendly guy and we're teammates. It's great. Everything's cool. But her response is like,
that's what
no!
it sounds like, you guys. That's what it sounds like, you guys.
Maybe it just sounds really bad in my head because I feel like there's so much else that I'm like, everything that everybody says, I'm like, stop attacking me! That's a very good possibility as well.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
In which case, I apologize.
No, listen. So, okay. I don't feel like I did anything wrong. I'll tell you that right now, okay? But
Yeah.
I do feel bad that what I did made you feel that way. even if that's how it was intended.
I hate that remark. That remark is horrible.
I can't win today, okay, guys? That's the point. Is I can't. No, what I'm saying is this: I would never want you to feel bad, and I never want you to think that that's the way I'm saying it. That's why.
Vice versa.
Women, yeah, but you're always mean. That's the difference. So, she's not. She's very nice. It's not. She's nice. She makes me pies and cakes. And she's like, hey, this cake is going to get you high, motherfucker. And I'm like, motherfucker, I appreciate you. Right? It's great.
And paint portraits of him, which I took down out of my corner.
Why, did your batteries run out? See? The point is this.
I haven't tried it. I charged it back up, but I'm afraid to turn it on.
Is there a phone going off or something? I feel like someone's phone is on vibrate. And it's covered by 9 blankets and 3 pillows.
Charge.
Honestly, that was one of the greatest stories I've ever heard. Because it's like, you can't make that up. And it's like, it's great. See?
I want to turn it back on, but I don't.
Yeah.
Because I'm like so afraid that it's not going to turn off, and I charged it for a long time.
Every lady needs grip exercises. This is what you need to do. And then it also increases your speed. It's very important. And that way, you know.
Oh, I usually do self-love. I've been self-loving. Like last night I self-love because I was so afraid to turn it on. I
have a question though. Does it have like a much higher setting that's very loud? Because that would be really funny if it got stuck on that.
That's what it was on.
Nice.
It was on get her done mode. It was on get her done.
See, and that's
take care of business mode. Because I don't turn it on until I'm almost ready. So it really sucks because you're almost there and then you turn it on. Because you don't need it until the end. You usually don't need it from start till begin. Sometimes you need it at start, like if things are a little bit dry. If you're in the mood, but you're not really in the mood, you just need to get to sleep.
I'll be honest with you. See, in my head, it plays out differently. Okay, in my head, it's a very. So this is what I see in my head. Okay, a very shy, very self-conscious woman trying to flick her bean. She's almost at the point. She grabs this monstrosity that some friend said, "Trust me, it's the greatest thing ever." She turns it on, doesn't realize how strong of a setting. She loses grip because her hands are a mess. Okay, let's be honest. Okay. She loses grip, it starts bouncing on the ground, and every time it lands, like, and then she just starts dancing around her room until she's now running around. She's cupped her lady parts to try and make less of a mess, and she's chasing it down a hallway completely naked and realizes that her roommate is having a party. This is what I picture in my head. And this thing's just going, and just slowly, because it's going to be a weird shape, because, you know, it's like a Rubik's Cube down there. So it's just vibrating and turning, and it's slowly bouncing, like, off the walls, and just comes right into where people are, like, with champagne and, like, tuxedos, and they all of a sudden hear this, and they turn, and it's, like, coming down the stairs like a slinky. Just
oh, my God.
And
we got to make a movie with that scene.
Everyone needs a movie with that scene. But that's
that scene is wonderful. I see the vision.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. That's people tell me a story, and I stop listening to their story, and I start to make it up in my head. So it's like all your components. A
terrible listener.
Also true. And especially worse if your boobs are big. So some guys I don't listen to either. Let's put it that way. That happens. Okay. Sorry.
But a lot of women I don't listen to, especially if you've got nice boobs.
A lot of women. There are a lot of women that I have a hard time listening to. I'll be honest with you. And I try. I honestly try. And I've honestly caught myself doing this. I'm like, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I'll like cover their bosom like I'm pretending to think. And I'll cover their cleavage because I'm like, just don't look. Just don't look. And it's so hard. And I don't mean like I'm so hard. I mean it's so hard like for me because my eyes just automatically are like titties. Like that's, and it's I feel bad. I feel bad because you know what? Like Especially, I've always felt bad about it, but especially now where there's words to describe that, I'm like, I don't mean to hypersexualize somebody when we're just having a conversation.
Oh my God, who's thinking
Right?
of these words?
But it's fair.
Women would not be showing their cleavage if they didn't want their cleavage showing.
There would be a lot more productive men. I'm just going to say that. and more productive women. I'm just going to throw this out there. And don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
I'm not hating ladies. I love the titty.
Oh my
okay?
God.
But,
Oh my God. Speaking of which, Dino.
Yeah, hello.
I think that I gave a wrong signal to a woman.
Okay.
Tell me more. This just started. This just turned on. Okay, my brain just went. Oh, really? And said, let's start typing.
Because I accidentally sent a pride. Okay, so a woman messaged me hello on Messenger, and my first message back was a pride symbol, like that I'm Go Pride. And then she sent me a Go Pride flag back, and I'm like, did I just make a lesbian connection by accident? And I don't want to disappoint her because I'm so bad at this.
Well, you're gonna get married. I'll just tell you that you're gonna get married now. You might adopt some kids. Maybe. Look, in about 30 years, maybe
And
you can
I feel
admit
bad.
it. You should.
Maybe I could admit. But I love the penis. Do you think she comes with one? She comes.
I wouldn't second guess
Like
it. In this day and age,
attached
there's
like-
all sorts of people. There are a lot of names for them. I don't remember it.
Like,
But like, yeah, you might be getting
maybe I'd be into the trainee thing. Maybe I'd be into it.
Remember, that's not a word that's appropriate for a lot of people. It's not.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
So what are they called now?
I believe it
Okay.
would be transgender people, but
Transgender.
I'm not-
Then what's the short for trainee? Is that short for?
there's no short form anymore. Because remember, tranny was not.
Transgender.
Tranny
Maybe
was.
I'd be into a Bruce Springsteen, or not Bruce Springsteen, Bruce Jenner.
You're not. You're as well not supposed to. I believe the term is dead naming. It's when you refer to somebody who's gone through a change.
Oh my God!
And
There's so many rules to this. Is there as many rules for them to get their penises cut off as there is for, like...
that is not.
You don't want to be a woman.
That is
Gentlemen,
not sensitive.
Trust me.
That is not.
You
It's very
do
insensitive.
not-
What you're saying.
Women are insensitive. They're going to learn this. But they're like, why do you want to be a woman? Trust me. We suck. We suck. Like, and not even in a hot way. Like, not even in a... Because a lot of them don't do it. Only on your birthday.
Okay, so-
only the hot ones do it.
Let's be
Only
honest.
the hot
Let's be
ones
honest.
With daddy issues.
Let's be
Those are the only ones that do it. Those are the only ones. Well,
I'm just gonna like I've said this a lot before, but this is definitely gonna be our last episode at this point because we are definitely getting some hate after this one.
no, we're not.
Yeah, we
No,
will.
we're not.
Yeah.
You know what's hateful
Well-
is the people that sit there and pretend like they know something about it or pretend like they are just for the social media attention.
Listen,
Like they dress up for a day, they get a lot of attention and they get a likes and hits and stuff, and so they pretend that they want to be like these people, and it's like, you know what? These people aren't just decide that they're like this, or they just didn't decide that all of a sudden they want to be a man or a woman. That's not what happens.
Listen.
It's something I don't know what happens. I can't explain it because I've never been in that situation and I don't know the scientific facts on it because I'm not a scientist and I'm not a neurologist and I'm not any of those things that make up of a person that can like either males or the same sex, or they want to be something of the same sex. Because I say thing because we're all things because we don't know what the hell's going on up in here. I'm a woman. I have been since birth, and I don't get it at all, and it still grosses me out.
I feel this is a time when I should step in and be like, hey, let's change the subject. Because
Yes.
I think a few more sentences and she would have been like, why aren't you talking? So, let me tell you a story.
Thank you.
Let me tell you a story.
You're really a woman.
No, I'm not really a woman. So thank you for
That would have
that.
made our show maybe get more likes. Way to go, Dino. Way to be born with the penis.
Let me tell you a story. okay, where I think it was yesterday or the day before, I posted one video where you say that I would cry if a puppy got hit on the road, okay? And,
Yeah, you would.
Now, what I said was, if it was just somebody else's puppy, I don't really give a shit. But if it was, or a dog, but if it was like a puppy or a kitten, I would be very sad, because it's not, right? And so somebody, just so you know that this is going to start happening, okay? Somebody commented, huh, good to know. And I was like, oh, oops. So, we're already starting to offend people, guys.
Oh God! If you're getting offended by us, be offended. Because guess what? Life sucks. You're gonna, fuck. If you're offended by us,
What
you're
kind
just
of
gonna
donut
be
do you have,
offended
you
in
evil
general.
harpy? What are you eating?
An apple fritter.
I hate you so much. I'm gonna shout out to Taylor, because Taylor, the big guy. He's at
Yeah.
you know him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he likes Dutchies. Gross.
Ooh, I love Dutchies. with
Shut
the
your
with the
mouth!
raisins.
You shut your mouth! This is we support apple fritters here, and Boston cream. We don't celebrate Dutchies. Dutchies are for traitors and fucking weirdos. Do you want to be a traitor or a weirdo, lady? Dutchies are disgusting.
I am.
Why would you say you're a traitor? That's a horrible thing to say.
I'm not a traitor, but I'm a weirdo.
Well, you are a weirdo. That's true. We're all weirdos. I feel like that's something that we should, like, of all the shit that's been like, oh, we're taking it back, and oh, this is our thing. I think weirdo is something we should all embrace, because we're all fucking weird in some way. Like, it's, I don't know.
We're weird to each other because we're not the same.
Well,
Like,
it's very,
so
this
anything
is
that's
weird.
different from us weirds us out.
Yeah, that sounds about right. It's weird. Like, ultimately, the whole idea of being able to talk to people on the internet and do this kind of shit is fucking weird, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it, though. I have wanted to do this for a very long time. I had a lot of reservations about it. Like, the whole idea that we would run out of things to talk about and stuff like that. Luckily, in my travels, I found Crystal, and Crystal doesn't shut the fuck up, so it works out pretty... That's not true. I literally can't stop talking. She talks, like, for maybe 15 minutes of this thing, and the rest of the time I'm just like... Blah, 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 blah. But I'm going to say that she's just a chatty Cathy.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I think that's fair. That's pretty reasonable.
And I am quite dominating.
Oh, really? This has been the second part of our story where things get completely out of control, apparently. My wife's going to murder me.
We're halfway through.
We're
We're at 37
I love my wife.
minutes. I think we should.
I love my wife. I love my wife a lot, and I don't want her to murder me either. And that's pretty much my result. Like, honestly, I'm okay to do anything. I showed her. So what I've been doing, guys, is every day I post videos, or not videos. Oh, I forgot I was going to post a video today. Shit. It's a video I'm going to post that's going to, like, just totally make people lose their shit. It's great. But anyways. So I've been...
Okay.
Huh?
Of what? Of us?
No. Trust me.
Oh.
It's awesome. So I've been posting, like, really, really, really top tier memes every day with our thing. And it all started was Crystal made a few pictures that we posted which were really good. And I sent her a couple more, but then life has been pretty fucking crazy, right? So I started just finding weird pictures, and I would put them up like covers of books and stuff like that. And now I've just gone to memes where I'm like, I will find, like, I will hunt down crazy shit or make crazy shit and then post it. So the one I sent her one, and okay, so I'm gonna just tell you what it is. It was a Reddit conversation where a guy, this is just, your water bottle is right in the camera, by the way.
Sorry.
You're not sorry, you liar. Just like...
I don't know.
So she
So Pure Life.
No, fuck, those guys are bad. I love Pure Life water. I really do. I refer to it as chocolate water because it's made by Nestle, because that makes sense, right? Like,
I just noticed that.
it is, right? But so they were like taking all the water from up around Elora and that area where the gorge is, and they were getting it for like free. So now they've been kicked out of Canada. There's something they're not bottling in Canada, so I'm like super happy because the water up there is very, very, it's fantastic. But like they were taking advantage of the area very much. And she's like, oh, but it's delicious. Click, 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 click. I do the same thing, so whatever. Except I can serve for our planet and make myself responsible by using a reusable cup. She's like, fuck you.
Try to make it easier to go fishing. At least I'll be floating on something.
So that's horrible. Anyways, so this picture I wanted to post, what I wanted to post, was essentially the perfect explanation of the internet, okay? So somebody posted a question on Reddit that was completely honest, saying, if you could sleep with anyone in history, who would you sleep with? The first response is a guy saying, my wife passed away from cancer 10 years ago, so if I could anyone, it would be to hold her in my arms and make love to her one last time. The second comment is like, I agree, I'd fuck this guy's wife. And I was like, yes! Yes! That is the internet! That is the internet in a conversation, people. And Victoria's like, that's not funny. You're a horrible fucking person. And I'm like, that is fucking
so funny.
Hilarious.
That is the best.
It's the best, right?
That guy would go back and screw his
and he was like, this guy wants to fuck my dead wife. It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect, right? Like, is that not the funniest fucking thing? And she's like, you can't post that.
That is the best.
And I'm like, I think I should be able to post that. And she's like, no, you can't.
I think you should post that.
I think I should post that.
I think that represents our show perfectly.
Kind of does. See, this is the problem, is every time I post a picture, I have to tag us two. And then it's a question of who do I tag as who? Because a lot of times it'll be a man and a woman, but the man is saying something horribly inappropriate. So I'll tag Crystal as the man, and I'll be the woman who's like, I don't know, but you're a pervert, you know? Like, yesterday's picture, it was an old painting with a guy holding, like, people are all naked in this picture. Like, it's an old, like, Renaissance painting, I guess, would it be? I don't know. I don't know about paint. Anyways, so this guy has a giant bowl of fruit. And I tagged us as the two women that he's offering the fruit to because it says, fuck off, Gary. We know your dick is in the fruit. Because Gary, he's got the bowl and he's like, hey, nobody wants some fruit. And the girl's like, guy, you can't fool us twice. We know your dick is in the fruit. And I'm like, that's some funny shit. That is some funny shit, you know?
That is funny.
And, yeah.
I like it.
I try and be funny.
It.
I think laughter is a great healer. I think it makes people feel good.
It is.
And that's
Laughter's
why
the best medicine.
That's one of the things that really drew me to comedy was I'm like, I like talking about shit, but I really enjoy making people laugh. And I've made a couple people laugh, like fall off the chairs. I made Vince fall off his stool once. Were you there for that?
No, that's funny though.
He literally, I did a new bit. So I had done this bit many a times, but it was just a perfect scenario. So I just did it. And he was in his stool. Vince, shout out to Vince Carmichael. He runs the show out in Ajax, which hopefully will be back soon. And essentially, he was standing in a stool. I was hitting fire. Like I was just, it was fantastic. And I dropped this line.
They got a patio there. Sorry. I just thought of that.
You know, somebody already brought it up to him, but I think he's just, again, what time is it? It's 43 minutes and 41 seconds.
I've been so gassy the past couple days.
I'll be honest with you.
I've been drinking an obscene amount of ginger ale.
Maybe not, you drink ginger ale. That would be the solution. She's like, no, I couldn't do that. What are you, crazy? No ginger ale?
My belly's been hurting, and ginger ale helps.
You gotta go to a doctor, okay?
And I got some Tums. I got some Tums and ginger ale. We're good. We got this.
Well, you know,
we got this.
Oh my god.
Anyways,
I really need.
story.
So no, I forget where I was because I got distracted.
Vince. Now. I know. I'm sorry.
I'm just looking at this camera going, see what I have to deal with? She gets mad at me when I'm like, hey, how are you doing? She's like, none of your goddamn business, you fat fuck. And I'm like, I just was gonna send a friendly reminder. Friendly
reminder.
Yeah.
Do you guys hear this? That's like that douche Karen. That's like, just so you know, Peter, I was just sending you a friendly reminder that you're supposed to have your elbows in at the table.
That's right.
Just so you know, you should know your manners.
Exactly.
It's spoon to fork, or
You go.
knives on the left, and forks on the right. Blah, blah, blah. Salad fork, da, 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 da. And that's what makes you a good human being. Elbows in.
I think that we're at like episode 68 or 69, and the fact that I haven't beaten the
I love
shit out of her,
69.
I think that's credit to me. That's a credit to me. But I haven't been like, hold on, I'm gonna drive to your house and punch you in the face. Well, you just stay on camera. You talk for half an hour. I'm gonna drive to your house and just give you a bop in the fucking head. Because I'm not sexist. That's why. I'm not sexist. Okay. People are too. Mike Tyson said it great. People are too used to insulting and disrespecting people over the internet and not getting punched in the face. I am not a sexist person. I treat everyone
Let's do
equally.
this.
And if you fuck with me, I will fuck with you. Not sexually. I love my wife.
This. Maybe I'm waiting for this. Maybe I like it. Maybe I'm like, let's
That's
do this.
not a selling feature. She's like, maybe I dig it. Yeah, right in the face. Wow! Not okay!
I watched this show, Californication, and this little young girl, she does it to David Duchovny as they're doing it. She punches him in the face and gives him like a big black eye.
That sounds fair.
hilarious.
He definitely seems pretty creepy.
Well, she was like 16, and it was like his ex's boyfriend's daughter or something like that. Like, it was just creepy. His ex is like...
Honestly, I am disturbed. But guys, I'll be honest. You guys all heard my story about the dildo going down the room into the area of fancy clothes people. Okay, like I have a disturbed mind. There's no
Which
question
would
about
be hilarious.
that. I think it would be great.
Yeah.
Right.
I think you should write it down and give it to somebody as a movie idea.
I've done better. I've recorded it on camera. Thank you very much. Look at this is what we're doing. You fucking,
there you go.
she's so high. She's like, you know what you should do? You should write it down on paper so no one will ever see it. No. I'm recording it on the internet and then I'm sending it out there. And she's like, fuck you, fatty. I don't give a shit anymore. You know
But
what?
then anybody could take it. Like, Bert Kreischer's gonna take it, and then he's gonna use it as one of his bits, and then
No.
he's gonna end up being.
This
you
has
know,
a date
and
log.
then what?
Listen, this has a date log of September 2nd. Anyone who brings up
That's
this
true.
idea after this, they will be seeing,
Yep.
they'll be hearing from lawyers. And I have like proper fancy lawyers.
You could do that, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can pull up emails, and you can pull up posters, and you can pull up all that stuff that you do in order to show people date logs, right?
I don't know why you're smiling at me.
I'm not smiling at the camera.
I don't know who she's smiling at, but whoever it is, you're fucked.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's not me. I'll be honest with you.
No, I'm not gonna do anything because I think it's an honor. It's an honor, and I'm grateful. Because it just shows how good you do.
No.
How well your
No.
ideas are.
No, fuck that guy. Listen.
Somebody wants to take them. And then claim that he had this genius idea. Even though you have emails proving
Yeah.
that the genius idea came from somewhere else.
See, and honestly, that's the frustrating part is that we've gotten to a point where people are
But
just
you're nobody,
piece
so
of
it
shit.
doesn't matter.
No, that's not the eyes of the law. In the eyes of the law, we should all be treated equal. This is taking
Oh,
a
no,
turn to the
I'm cool
worst.
with it, though, because it makes me feel good.
No.
It does, though, because I think it's awesome.
Any abuse of power in general is not okay, right? That's one
No.
of the things.
But let's not get all serious
when
about
someone
it.
holds
Let's
back
say it's
18
fun.
seconds of camera footage just to ruin your day,
Yeah.
that's not very nice.
Yeah.
It's not very nice.
Because she has 18, she has nothing. I've sent him what I have. This is what I have. Here you
That's
go.
so good.
I don't know where the 18 seconds of air went. Because there was nothing, apparently, is when he gave all his said. So we're going to time him today
Yeah.
on his
Go for it.
telling everybody where everything is. And if it's not If it's 18
The
seconds,
best part is...
well, then I totally lost on my end.
Yeah.
Dino's last 18 seconds.
That's true.
Even though I'm pretty sure it takes us 18 seconds to be like, bye guys, have a good day. Click.
That took 3 seconds, just so you know.
You're such a bitch.
The best part is, I could have not said anything, guys, and just let it die. And I was like, nah, that's not who I am. I'm the kind of guy that will apologize and then still bring it up like a motherfucker.
You never apologized. You're still very condescending. Your condescendingness is not an apology. So, ever. So don't believe. I think you've really honestly apologized to me like twice. About 2 different topics.
Probably.
Other than that, it's been
once.
very condescending. Probably once.
Condescending.
Whatever, see? I can't even just come back with it. Condom sending.
It's not condom sending, okay?
Because he's the condom in this situation. He's the one that takes it away, takes away the fun. He makes it all safe. He makes it smell like rubber and gross.
That's gross. I'll be honest with you, that's gross.
And then he gets it stuck in the toilet. And then he gets it stuck in the toilet.
I would
And then
probably
your
do
grandma
that.
comes over
I'd
and
probably
goes
do that.
for a pee, and there's a dirty condom in your toilet because it didn't flush properly.
And it not only didn't flush properly, but I did a number 2, so it kind of looks like you banged somebody with a turd with a condom on it. That's what it actually looks like. So then she's going to be confused and be like, did you just try and fuck somebody with a turd? And be like, no. Be like, did it like hold up? Like now she's got questions of how it works. She's like, well, did it hold up? Like, did you have to exit the full turd, or did you like hold it open and wait for the turd to go in? Or what happened? This is why you don't bring up those kind of things to me. Okay? Because I will tell you what the solution is. And the solution is you have to full poop on like a parchment paper, unravel the condom properly, is a bad idea. You want to do it exactly like you would a penis, and you would roll it out onto the turd. That way you can judge by consistency as to how bad of a fucking you can give this. Now, you want to leave yourself the end room to tie it up into a knot, because you don't want poop shooting back out. That's how people get E. coli. Definitely a bad idea. So then you have a poop-filled... poop-filled condom, and you're ready for fucking. So that's how that works.
I've never been more petrified of getting pink eye these days because I changed my grandpa so much.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm all like, I'm so worried. I'm like, am I going to give myself pink eye? Because I'm all up in his shit like all day.
Okay, let's be honest with you. Let's be honest, okay? Unless you're like, oh my God! Oh no! It's not gonna happen. You should be okay? Like, let's...
Well, sometimes I get like stressed out and I'm like, oh God. Like, and then I'm like, oh no.
That would be a mistake. That would be a horrible mistake. We're almost out of time, Crystal. What do you want to do? Do you want to
motivate people.
Oh, are you going to motivate people today?
Do you want me to? Okay, people.
No, I don't. I really don't.
I know,
feel
because
like that would go
that's his
horribly
time
wrong.
that he cuts out. He gets his own personal clip where he's like,
That's
this
true.
is my clip. I am pretty. I get to talk. She shuts up. I love it.
She doesn't. She doesn't shut up. Let's be very clear about that. She doesn't shut up at all. She just keeps on talking. It's supposed to be my time to shine. And she just... Our entire thing is a build-up to this. And then she won't shut up, okay? That's what you do.
Our entire thing is a build up to this moment.
That's right.
Oh,
That's the
I
full...
didn't know what it was.
Wow! That's what that moment is. No, that's not. Could you imagine? So... have you heard Jeremy Fisher's talk about a dildo? He does.
I could not imagine that.
He does a bit about his girlfriend buying a dildo. And let's just put it this way, is if I'm in the room, he gets me to go like this and show my arm. I'm like, can you imagine a dildo like that? I'm like, you're not walking right ever. Like, okay guys, let's just so you can
His
see.
girlfriend bought that?
I don't know. He says she did. I don't think that's gonna, like, listen, this is gonna destroy that pussy. Like, let's be honest, okay? Anyways. Morning Motivational Rant, guys. Let's do something, okay? She's just got a grin on. She's just like, Number
I would
one,
not know.
you know I can see your facial reaction to my forearms, number one, okay? She's like, nah, you can't be a doctor, fat boy. That's too big. You know,
You just got scared. That's like the size of my torso. I'm like,
the funny thing is, it actually is like she's Crystal's very tall, but still she's a petite person. So it's like that's why I'm like, I joked about this yesterday when we were talking. I'm like, yeah, I could grab you by the belt and just lift you one-handed over my head. You're not a big person at all. Anyways, we're already 2 minutes late. We're 2 minutes late. What are we gonna do? Okay, motivation for today, guys. Sometimes when you're co-host, no, just joking. Sorry, I couldn't resist that. No, you know what? I think that there's a lot more coming out about some very traumatic events that have been happening around the world. We're seeing a lot of people are talking now about a second wave for COVID-19. People talking about more lockdowns, things. States of emergency are happening, and it's pretty scary. But I think what we need to do, because this has been the over and over. People are like, we want back to normal, back to normal, back to normal. And I think this is one of those times where worldwide, it's like, yeah, no, we're not going back. It's not going to happen. And I think we need to embrace that change. Being able to figure out what that change is, what it means for us as individuals, and how we can embrace it, is going to be hard. It's going to be hard, and it's going to take time. I feel like we need to kind of really stop and take account of our assets and liabilities. What are our positives in our life? What are the negatives? Or what's driving us crazy? I really feel that. So, despite that, I really think that we need to take the time. She's laughing at me. I'm trying to be serious, and she's just giggling the whole time. You fucking asshole. And she's like, you know what? I'm gonna make sure that the little bubbly part of a bong is right by the camera. So it's like. And she's like. So, to get back to it, guys, I think we need to take account of our assets and liabilities in life. What is making us feel good? What is making us feel bad? And then we have to figure out how we can turn those liabilities into assets, because we're sitting on a precipice, which I feel like it's so cliche to be saying that kind of stuff, where it's like, oh, we're on the edge of who knows what's happening. And this is kind of the out of all the previous times that this has been said, this is the most accurate, that we're really on the edge of a huge amount of change. Cover your mouth, fucking donkey yawners. Like,
they didn't know, the people that are
they
listening.
knew. You're right above me. They know. Trust me. It's right here. It's right here. You're.
The ones that are listening.
They listen with their eyes. Okay. Point is this, guys. See what's happening. Take account and reevaluate. I think that's the opportunity we have right now, and I think that's all I got to say. Crystal, where can everyone find you?
At Simply Me on YouTube, Crystal Morency on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and Dino.
Yours took 6 seconds, just so you know. Guys, morning motivational rant. Morning motivational rant, okay? I am Dino the Genetic Marvel. As always, you can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Facebook. I have a fan page. You can also find me on things like Twitter or the Instagrams. Morning Motivational Rant is on YouTube. We have our audio is loaded to Anchor, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Spotify. We have an Instagram account, and we have a Facebook fan page where we post updates, sometimes some clips. But guys, listen, we are 7 days a week. We are releasing at around 10 o'clock every day, which really depends on me because I'm a lazy piece of shit. But they're out there and they're happening. So guys, in the meantime, stay motivated, have a great day, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye!
Bye, guys. That was like 40 seconds.
You're a fucking liar.